So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, is there something inherently wrong with the way the media operates in Nigeria? Or is just me trying to be sensational? Because there are certain things you will see happen in the media today in Nigeria that will make you begin to wonder whether the profession is still functioning as it should. Case in point is the situation in Akwa Ibom State between the governor and his daughter. And this is how Arise News reported it.
With the shocking footage that sparked widespread reactions across social media over the weekend, the video featured Jane Ufot, daughter of Akwa Ibom State Governor Pastor Umo Eno, alleging that her late mother, Patience Umo Eno, who passed away last year, was a sacrificial lamb. Jane Ufot is the governor's second daughter and currently serves as his senior special advisor on health, safety, and environment. In the video, Jane sought an audience with her father, stating,
So I will return to that clip shortly, but I stopped it because, of course, they didn't play the governor's daughter's video, which is a first on this program, as they would always play those kinds of trending videos. So let's just say they didn't want to play the video out of respect for the grieving family, which is fine. But while I sympathize with the governor's family too, that wouldn't stop me from playing the video. Watch.
Hi, my name is Jane Ufot, SSA to the governor on health, safety, and environment. Daddy, I'll send this particular post to only you. Please, let us talk before this thing destroys. You cannot, I'm not a sacrifice. Mommy was, I'm not. Mommy was, I am not. If I give you few minutes, don't work. I've posted this to everywhere. Tell Grandpa, finish talking, talk to Grandpa.
So they'll keep breaking and breaking.
So Grandpa, do you want them to kill us?
So Grandpa, do you want them to kill us?
Oh, do you want them to die like my brother died? Do you want them to die like my baby brother died? Ask him.
I want them to die like my baby brother.
Good.
died.
Hey, hallelujah. If I die today or my daughter dies, Akemini. If we die because God is exposing the truth, so be it. But my blood will not go scot-free. Please share this thing. I'm more interested in my life.
So that's the video Ogiope was trying to describe. But let's continue from where we left off.
well, on Saturday, Pastor Umo Eno, reacting to the video, described it as politically motivated, asserting that his family is intact. Let's take a look.
We are in political times, and so you expect more of that. My family is intact, you can see everyone, and the event we're talking about happened immediately my wife passed last year. So why is it surfacing now? And why is it on the eve of a second-year anniversary that we're celebrating the milestone that we have achieved? This teaches me that there are detractors around, and so my family is intact. You can, that's Jane herself there, that's my daughter, that's the husband. So we have a good family. The pressure on the kids when they lose a loved one and could be traumatic, and we must know that. All I can appeal to the public is, please, they shouldn't bring back sad memories. It's enough that I've lost my wife, and I pray that they allow her peaceful soul to rest in peace, and don't try to. But I can't be distracted. I remain focused. I'll continue to serve Akwa Ibom people, and I don't wish what happened to me will happen to anyone else. So people throwing this around, if that's what they wish for themselves, I wish them luck. Yeah. But we're running. We're running. My family is intact. I think even in politics, family should be off limits. Family should really be off limits. And so I don't think it's anything. You see me, I'm here, and we're good.
Thank you.
This was really good. I am glad that the governor came out to debunk the story. We did see it circulating, and I didn't understand why, the media outlet reported it like, she was accusing, Pastor Umo Eno of killing her late mother. In the video that I watched that was circulating, nowhere did she mention that her father was responsible for, her mother's death. She appeared to have been, trying to get the attention of her father. And like her father has said, the pastor is saying that it's politically motivated. And at no time, did she accuse him of, killing her late mother. And like he said, their family is still mourning. Just a year has passed. And, we should let them mourn.
First off, I agree that we should let this family mourn. That is what reasonable people should do. But that doesn't mean that while at it, the media shouldn't ask questions.
Hi, my name is Jane.
Questions like, what was actually politically motivated?
On health, safety, and environment.
Was it the making of the video itself and everything she said in the video, or the fact that the video was made public?
Let us talk.
What exactly was political about this video? What exactly did the governor's political opponents do?
I'm not.
And how exactly did a video that was supposed to be between father and daughter become public? I mean, as media, can't we ask such questions? Or is the media also mourning with the family?
I'm trying to say.
Truth is, if there's anyone that should be speaking to the media, it is her.
Happened immediately my wife passed last year. So why is it surfacing now?
I love that he concluded by saying in politics, family should be off limits, especially because we all understand, all of this happened before us. We watched all of this transpire. He was married to his wife for 38 years, has a beautiful family. Now, one thing about grief, especially as Africans, is that it takes on quite a peculiar shape. When you see Africans grieving, it's a little bit different to when other people are grieving. It's common, especially when an African dies. We seldom accept that it was natural causes. The discussion at funerals is always around, who did this and who did. So, all of this has to be contextualized around the pain of these, of the daughters who feel that their mother's life was cut short before her time. And it's unfortunate that people are using this to bait for other issues. These are internal family and very sensitive issues that we don't need to, to get excited about these types of things circulating on social media. And I'm glad he came out with his family and showed that the issue is settled. He pointed out, he said, there's Jane over there. Jane was in the entourage there. They've settled their issues.
Absolutely.
My dear Vimbai, please, what proof do you have that certain people are using this video as bait to hunt the governor and his family? How do you know for sure that the governor and his daughter have now settled whatever issues that they may be having? How exactly do you know? Honestly, it's sad that you joined others on this set to make categorical statements on a matter every single one of you know very little about.
The authoritative text on grief is by Kubler-Ross on death and dying. Kubler-Ross identified 5 stages of grief, that when people lose a loved one, they go through stages of grief. Other theories have identified 7 stages of grief. Now, I mentioned that to go to the statement that I saw by the governor, Umoeno. He said, look, this incident occurred when the mother died, Patience Uluwakemi Umoeno, in September 2024, following a short illness. So, children, members of a family, they can reflect, they can react differently on that scale of 7 stages of grief, 5 stages of grief that I've identified. But the governor's main point is that, look, this is politically motivated. The children may have reacted that way when their mother died, while they were grieving. But it shows that in Akwa Ibom State, people are playing politics, they want to sabotage him. This is why they have brought it up on the occasion of his second year in office, to change the narrative. Now, my point is this. Section 37 of the Nigerian Constitution recognizes the right of every individual to private and family life. You can run your family life, you can run your private life the way you want. But in Nigerian politics, anything goes.
Yes.
They will bring anything and throw it at you.
Yes.
And this is what Governor Umoeno is facing at this moment. But I think it's important that he has clarified this by saying, look, this material is dated and that his family is intact and he doesn't think that people should disregard his rights.
Yes.
Under Section 37 of the Nigerian Constitution. But Nigerian politicians are unconscionable. They just want power. And if you go into politics, you will hear stories about how your mother gave birth to you, about where your mother first had an encounter with your father.
Dr. Bati,
That's
speaking
the nature
about
of
grief,
Nigerian
and I want
politics.
to, you're absolutely right. Speaking about grief, I lost my mother less than 2 years ago, and I remember saying the same thing with my family, that, you know, my mother sacrificed her life for us to move forward. And, you know, this is it. That's what happens during grief. Please, let the family mourn.
Dr. Abati, what is so special about a governor's second year in office? Because you seem to be making it look as though it's a secret thing. And the idea that the Nigerian politicians do horrible things to themselves is not unique to Nigeria, or is it? As a matter of fact, I think our politicians get away with a lot of things on account of the death of investigative journalism in Nigeria. Truth is, politicians in other climes, especially in places like the UK and the United States, are subjected to far more scrutiny that will make anyone think twice about public office. And if this has happened in a place like the UK or the United States, will the media in those countries defend their elected politicians the way you guys have? I doubt they will. And lastly, Dr. Abati, if this has happened to Nyesom Wike, will you guys on this set have taken a similar stance? And to Uche Okpe's points about going through grief herself, while all of what she said might be true, the question is, how did she know that her own sacrifice and the sacrifice the governor's daughter was referring to in that video are the same? And I'm not saying they are not the same, but professional and objective journalists cannot just be categorical about certain issues. Obviously, the governor of Akwa Ibom State is in the good books of our eyes and could possibly do no wrong in their eyes. And while I will not tell anyone how to mourn, I would argue that if the governor's family were strong enough to attend a birthday party, then of course they should be strong enough to properly clear the air on this kind of matter.